In week 12, we look at a mixed bag of financial devices that, in effect, facilitate the smooth flow of money. That is not meant in the sense of the actual flow of money, in the sense of payment systems that we have already considered. Instead, we look at how it is that people, namely friends and third parties, provide support to borrowers by putting their own credit on the line, so that a lender might be more inclined to lend to the borrower. We also have a look at how two parties who owe money to each other might discharge those liabilities by mutual agreement rather than going to the unnecessary effort of actually transferring money both ways. When someone guarantees another person's obligations, they are saying that they will fulfill that obligation in the event that other person defaults. They might do this by personally guaranteeing, in other words, promising that they will fulfill that obligation, or by providing property as security for the obligation. If the primary debtor has a defense to not pay, then the guarantor will not have to pay either. This is contrasted with an indemnity where, since the indemnity obligation is independent of the primary obligation, the person giving the indemnity would have to pay anyway. As Tyree explains, a promise of indemnity in effect says, if you lend $1,000 to A, then I will see that you are paid. Letters of comfort are different again. There's an example on your screen. They are usually written by a parent company to a lender, but the lender is not lending to the parent company, it is lending to the subsidiary. The letter of comfort is intended to provide some assurance to the lender that the parent company is aware of the obligation and will step in to perform if the subsidiary fails to. There is no standard form for a letter of comfort. Whether it is enforceable or not will depend on the circumstances and the wording of the letter. Set-off and netting, like guarantees and indemnities, are similar to each other but a little bit different. There are 5 kinds of set-off: legal set-off, equitable set-off, contractual set-off, insolvency set-off, and what's called a banker's set-off. We will focus on the latter. A banker's set-off is also known as a combination of accounts. A customer will often hold more than one account with a bank. Often one account will be in credit and the other in debit. The combination refers to a banker's general right to combine the two accounts so that the customer is left with a single credit or debit position with the bank. Netting, although similar to set-off, refers to a contractual agreement between two people who agree to perpetually set off their mutual obligations so that there is only ever one amount owing to the other.